So if you've read about our oceans or been shopping for sustainable seafood, you've probably heard about fish stocks across the globe in decline. And you've probably wondered what causes fish populations to not only decline, but then collapse. Well, what we know is that there's three primary trends associated when fisheries collapse. The first, which was seen with the Atlantic cod collapse, is rapidly going from a high population to a low population. The second, which was seen with Mediterranean hake, was a slow, long-term decline. And the third, which can be seen with the Peruvian anchovy, is a fish that has a naturally variable population, but was considered collapsed when it remained in its low phase. In each of these examples and other collapses, two primary causes are responsible. The first is fishing mortality, which is where more fish are removed from the population than can be reproduced. And the second are changing environmental conditions, which can also make it more difficult for fish populations to recover when they're in decline. So with an understanding of how other fish stocks have declined, we analyzed population trends for a local species, the southern flounder, using state agency data from the last 40 years. And what we found is that although southern flounder do have some years of low abundance, the last 7 years have remained abnormally low and for a much longer period than in the past, which indicates the start of some sort of decline. So what my research will do is continue to analyze this trend to see when it started, what some causes may be, and also to compare data with other states to see if this is a Louisiana issue or indicative of a larger Gulf-wide problem that needs more collaborative management. The second part of my research will look at southern flounder's life history, so its age, growth, and maturity, and how those factors play into our two causes of fishery declines and collapses. The first, fishing mortality, plays a role because there's historically high catch rates of juvenile or immature fish in both commercial fisheries bycatch and the result of there not being a size limit on southern flounder in Louisiana, which means those small immature fish can be caught and kept before they have an opportunity to reproduce. Secondly, we'll look how a changing environment in Louisiana affects southern flounder. And among the factors we'll look at is temperature, because flounder have temperature-dependent sex determination, which essentially means the temperature of the water that they're in plays a role in determining the sex that they end up as. And in previous work, it's been shown that at a normal late winter temperature, you get this 50-50 ratio that you would expect. But later, above or below, we see less females and more males, which is important because females have so much of the reproductive capacity. So if water temperatures are changing, we could lose the reproductive capacity from many eggs, but also see declines in the fishery because female flounder grow to be larger and thus make up most of the fishery. Therefore, by understanding these trends in southern flounder biology, we can prevent this decline from becoming a collapse. Thank you.